Hey there, Ranger Nation. It's Nate, and welcome to the Webcast with Attitude LR4. And this is episode 213. Time for Prime. No, not the drink. Should have Prime right here. You got time for Prime. But so there's a reason for that title. If you guys have seen the thumbnail for this episode, you'll know what it's about. But before we get into that, let me introduce you to my more phenomenal co-hosts for this evening. As usual, we've got Rick. We've got Ryan. And he's got the image of the Black Ranger, so there you go. So, guys, how about that game today for the Bengals, huh? It was not the best start, but hey, it's the first game. Hopefully they'll come back.
It's all right. The Browns didn't do any better. I think they did worse.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. So guys, it's been interesting since we didn't have an episode for the rest of August, because we had 2 episodes for August, but we didn't do one for the following week because I had stuff going on that week and that weekend. And we did get some interesting announcements from PMC. Not what we really were hoping for, but, it's not really that big of a surprise considering, we don't really have that much to really announce from, a certain company's end, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, basically Hasbro would have walked up on stage, been like, we got nothing.
I mean, listen, this episode I was originally planning on talking about the future of Hasbro, but there was so much other stuff to talk about. I moved it to a later episode. So, guys, we will get into that in another episode, so just stay tuned for that. But anyway, let me go to my Ryan. How was your week, man?
Same old.
Yeah. Rick, what about you, man?
Kids, work. Yeah.
So, since I have all 3 of us are here as usual, we are planning. This has been in the. Me, Ryan, and Rick. We're all planning to work on a comic. We're not going to be revealing the title yet. It's been something that I've been wanting to work on for quite some time. Originally, it was going to be like a mini series, like a live action series on YouTube. That could happen in the future, maybe, depending on how well this does. But you'll have to wait and see. Rick will be helping. Me and Rick will be working on the story. Ryan will take care of the designs and the artwork and everything. So we're gonna make this happen, and we'll keep you guys posted on what's gonna go down with that. And I do have a Facebook page for this certain comic, but we're going to be going into the development stage by first working on the storyline, the characters, the weapon, all that stuff. It's something I've been wanting to do for quite some time.
I leave the planet tomorrow for like 16 years. So
you're funny. So Rick's good at making stories because he's done fanfic before, so he's good at coming up. That's why I'm having him help me out with me and him coming together to do the story. And Ryan, he does great on designs, artwork. Ryan, you've designed your own tattoo before, right? Like an art like type of artwork you did for one of your tattoos.
Two of them I did. Well, one of them was already a drawing. One of them was already a design as it was. I just kind of copied it down or redid it.
Mm-hmm.
Another one was collaboration of stuff, but the design was mainly mine.
So it's it's a process trying to
By
do
the
all
end of
this. I mean,
2029, we should have a product.
yeah, right.
Well,
By that time,
we
I would
first brought
probably.
this up in what, 2015? So
I
yeah,
don't know. I don't know when I came
Earlier
up
than
with this.
that. Earlier
Yeah,
than
it was
that. Because
way earlier than that.
I remember doing earlier drawings like 2010,
Yeah,
2011.
yeah. I came up with the idea when I was living in the these apartments at the time, and I came up with this idea for quite some time, and it just was going back and forth. I couldn't figure out the story, anything like
that
that.
was just what you told me. Okay.
Yeah, when I told you in 2012 when we
Oh,
first met about it, and but but anyway, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get into our first topic. We are entering the Super Sentai Zone, and we are going to be doing our 3 episode rates, starting with episode 21, a delivery for the Flames. So, as you guys know, this episode debuts Boon Red 119. Basically, it's a design of a firefighter with the hoses and the help. It's an interesting design. I love it. So this episode, so I'm going to go ahead and give my review on it a little and rate. I got to tell you, the explanation for it was amazing. Of how back then when he was a kid, he wanted to be a firefighter because he drew this artwork, and Boomer was the one that actually helped make this happen by designing his the blaster in order to make this dream a reality. And there debuts his power up. So for this episode, I'll give it a 10. Really good. I'm glad they explained it and everything. It worked out pretty good. Ryan, what about you, man?
Oh, man.
Ryan?
Who said so? Yes.
Yes. Go ahead and give your review and rate on this episode.
Brain fart. Yeah. They were helping clean the basement or part of Taya's house, and Boom knocked over a box that had a bunch of drawings of Ty when he was younger, wanting to be a firefighter. So he was wondering, since Ty helped him wanting to get back into winning that race, he wanted to help him fulfill his dream of being a firefighter. So they made the plan of making that the new power up. And while they're going around, the Hashlians they made the current villain of the day was pretty much a fire hydrant or a fire extinguisher. And so they were planning fire extinguishers throughout the city that would only go off if you mentioned anything about heat, fire, or anything of that matter. So then they went try to prevent it, and eventually got all the stuff and fought them off. And Boom got just in time to get Taya his upgrade, and he beat the bad guy at the end.
Well, simple as that.
Typical formula. I thought it was, I thought it was pretty good. I'll give it a 9.
Okay. Rick?
yeah. It's always funny how the villains are doing something that correlates to what the power up is for the hero.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine they were knocking over banks. He'd be Boone Red, 110, not 119. Because he'd have got a police power up instead.
Mm-hmm.
Which would have been crazy considering they already have a police officer.
Yeah. Anyway.
119, of course, is the emergency response for fire in Japan. And 110, of course, is for needing police. So they had a little. Oh, no, wait, that was the next episode. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of blends in really well.
10.
Okay. So, what would you give that episode?
I said a 10.
Oh, a 10. Okay. So 10, 9, 10. There you go.
Yeah.
And then the next episode after that, we're going to continue on with the arc of this new power-up. This time it's called, this is episode 22, The Flaming Lion's Frenzy. Now this episode debuts his new his new mecha, his new Boom Boom car, which actually has a beast mode, which I think is freaking awesome. And what's cool about this one is not only when it turns into its lion formation, it also can connect with all the other like attack mode, a lot of the Boom Boom cars in the attack mode. It was a very well done episode. I love the debut of this new Robo, and it's funny because a lot of them were talking about, hey, look, maybe I could have a power up too, and then they did like one for Black, so that was pretty funny. So I give this episode a 10. Another really good episode. It was really well done. Loved the debut of the new Zord or Mecha. So yeah, Ryan.
I do like how instead of how the typical formula, how you would get the gigantified monster at the end to fight with the mechs. This time they also had henchmen enlarged and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
So he's able to take multiple enemies down at once. So yeah, I'll give it a 10.
Okay. Rick?
Yeah. So, like, the whole talking of it, like, Black wanting the 110, Blue wanted 007, doing a spy version.
I forgot about that.
But, yeah, so this was a really fun episode. I do like the new Lion Zord. Oh, yeah. Definitely a 10.
Okay, so 3 10s down the board right here. So there you go, guys, on that one. We go through these episodes because, I mean, there's nothing really more to say about the episodes because, you know, they're still enjoyable, you know, without going into too much detail on it. So, and now we're into the next episode, which is episode 23, Blazing Baseball Comeback. I find this episode funny because it involves them playing baseball against the villains. And this time it debuts Boomer's new Robo mode, which combines with the Lion. And at first I thought that he was going to be in that, he's going to use that power up mode in his normal size. I was wrong because Rick did point out that in that image, it was an actual stadium or something, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, because it came from this episode.
Stands.
Yep.
And it's only
a
subtle hint of one of them being slightly different that allows you to realize that's actually a stadium, a seating area instead of a rooftop with some weird solar panel arrangement.
Right. So I mean, this episode was a lot of fun. Again, love the debut of their new Robo. I give it another 10. Very well done. I love this arc of debuting a lot of his power ups that he uses in this series. Ryan, what about you, man?
10.
Oh, nothing really.
I mean,
to say
there's.
about
I
this?
mean, yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, I like how
Basically,
the fact that they've got was it? I'm trying to think of her name. The one lady that they've got working with them, how she's got a secret crush for Boone
Oh yeah.
and stuff. So like, she's like, "Why am I even here on this baseball field? I don't even play." And then all of a sudden, he's like, "Hey!" And she's like, "Oh my god!"
she's like, let's get this. Let's go.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. Number. So
I seriously
okay.
do believe that those two will end up as a couple.
This is gonna be so
Yeah.
odd, but it's
She gets
It
the
is.
Megazord.
he gets
so number.
he gets
so
really
Rick,
he gets her really cranked up
oh my god.
in a good way.
Yeah. So Rick, what about you, man?
So I like the rules of the baseball game where you just keep going and going around the bases until you get tagged out.
Oh, I forgot. I don't remember that.
That was kind
Oh
of
yeah,
Okay.
that's how they got so far ahead, and then Red had to. Was it Red? Yeah, it was Red that had to end the game by going around the bases several hundred times. Ugh. Can't imagine moving that fast.
right.
Could you imagine
So-
if the Flash showed up and joined their team?
Or
That'd be
Sonic.
Yeah. Or some other speedster.
Mhm.
But yeah, this is definitely a fun episode. It was wacky. That's what we expect from Super Sentai. It's
Mhm.
definitely a 10.
Yep. Another 310 in a row right here. So, yeah. So, guys, we're done with the episode rates. Now we're going to move on to some of the merch from Tokyo Collectibles. So, this is the is what we were talking about. It has the fire truck mode, and then it has the lion mode, as you can see right there. This is available. It's in stock right now on Tokyo Collectibles. And I can go ahead and pull up the price for this. So, yeah, so you can add to your cart right now. It's in stock. It's for $50, $55. You don't have to. You can do the for interest free installment plan, or you can just pay the full amount. It's $55, and I think it's coming directly from Japan. It doesn't say right here, but so yeah. Oh, free shipping within the U.S. So I think all you have to worry about is the tax, and that's pretty much it. So guys, if you're interested in getting this, I would definitely jump on it because you never know how long these are going to last
Jump on it.
on Tokyo Collectibles. So yeah. And then next up, we've got his blaster, which he uses to turn into Boone Red 119. And that is available as well. That's in stock. I can find there it is. Well, that's the set. It's not the actual blaster, is that? Well, they do have a set for this. They don't have I guess they don't have it individually because it comes with the Boom changer and the blaster. So I guess the the power up set is yeah. So that's available for $80 on Tokyo Collectibles. So guys, if you still haven't got the Boom changer, you'll be able to get this and the Boom changer with it. So go to the direct link in the description, click on it, put your order down so you don't miss out on your chance to order it. And I know these two individuals will like Rick and Ryan would love this next topic, part of this topic. Little shadow thing. I'm gonna go to Rick. Rick, what is this? Can you tell us?
So, this is one of the mini claws for King of Man. And it is for the Bold Taurus or Magna Defender Zord, the Bold Zord. And it's coming with separate attachments for the Omega Megazord and the Galaxy Megazord mini claws. In order to give them Lights of Orion power ups. So, Victory Mars? No. Yeah.
Yep,
Victory
right in
Mars
there.
is Omega Megazord.
Victory Mars.
And we can just go ahead and show the image right now.
Pico is the Galaxy Megazord.
Yep. So yeah, guys, this is available on Tokyo Collectibles right now for pre-order. It is coming from Japan, which will be released, should be scheduled to be released December of this year. And they do have it.
December.
It's $105 dollars for it, and then I think it's free with the continental U.S. shipping. I don't know what that means, but the deposit you can put down
It's
for
free inside the.
$55 for the deposit. Okay. What was that, Ryan? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I said it's in like in the United States, not like Alaska and I think Hawaii, but I think like in the U.S. itself. I think that's what that means.
So yeah, so I'm gonna go Ryan. Ryan, what are the differences between the mini plaws and the super, the SMP, which is Shogoken modeling project? What are the differences between that? If you could tell me, Ryan.
I want to say I think the material is like different. Like the that one right there, I think is a lot more durable. Because I've got the Gingamon or what I've got that one, and then I got at least a couple other new ones and stuff. But like the material, I think is a lot more thicker and durable.
Okay. So yeah, like Rick, you go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there again.
I was about to say it's like it's all right. I think that's about it. I can't really. I think that's about it.
So as Rick, you said that like right here, as you can see, what it comes with, because this is a deluxe pack, and it
even got Blue Magna Defender.
So you got the Mega Defender that comes with it, and then you've got the Toro Zord, and then the pieces that you can put on what you already have for Victory Mars and the Galaxy Megazord.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. You don't have to worry about buying an extra. You don't have to worry about buying an extra one, or if you want to buy an extra one, that's up to you. But
the reason they did that is because
I think that's
slightly different.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Because like the sword attachment is either got the Galaxy Megazord symbol, or it has the Lightspeed Rescue symbol if it's for Victory Mars.
Yeah, and I know that one of them
slightly different.
So with that, I noticed something about this. These, if you flip this over, it has the symbol from Lightspeed Rescue on the other side.
Ah,
So that way you don't
Oh,
have to
yeah.
worry about.
if you look at the two chess pieces there,
Mhm.
if you zoom in on that, you'll notice that there are two different chess pieces there.
Okay. Well, that makes
Okay.
actually that does make
Yeah,
sense.
that definitely saves me, man.
Definitely saves your money.
And there are two different head pieces there as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's because the two Megazords are
Yeah.
slightly different.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, I'm glad they actually are doing this, and right now it is up for pre-order. You can add
Yes.
it to your cart. So guys, if you already have the Victory Mars from GoGo 5 and then the Galaxy Megazord from, I can't remember, Giga Ben O, is that what it's called?
You
Can't
can
remember
go,
what that.
Yeah.
Giga O.
Yes.
Giga O. Then you'll be all set once you get this. So I think it's pretty cool. I think it would be awesome if they include the Stratoforce and the Centaurus, and then the Shark Carrier Zord.
Zenith.
Yeah, the Zenith Carrier Zord. Thank you. I think that'd be
Yes.
awesome.
It
That'd be awesome if they did that.
it just all depends on how they can get the materials to make the Zords because they're a little bit smaller.
And it'll probably be expensive. If
But
they
I
do
mean,
like a group pack.
They're more articulate
Mm.
than the deluxe.
yes.
So, like I said, guys, if you are interested in buying this, direct link in the description. Definitely don't miss out on this. It's, I mean, Rick, Ryan, they enjoy these, and I know you guys would enjoy these as well. So definitely don't miss out on your opportunity to get it. So we are done with the Super Sentai zone. Guys, we do have something to announce, some announcement from the owners, the co-owners of the owners of Ranger Stop and Popcon. So I'm going to pull up that video. Here we go. Video. Here we go.
What's up, Ranger Stoppers? Or is it Ranger Goers?
I am here to give you some heartbreaking news, but some exciting news.
We've reached the end of Ranger Stop and Pop.
June 13th through the 15th, 2025 will be our final Ranger Stop and Pop in Atlanta, Georgia.
We're doing our final year. I know. We've done it for this will be our 6th year, 6th and final.
Amazing journey this has been. I just want to thank every fan that has bought a ticket, all of the wonderful guests that we've had throughout the years.
We are so excited to plan the most amazing going away party for all of you.
If you've never been before, now is your chance.
We are going out with a bang for 2025. Join us next year. Father's Day weekend, June 13th through the 15th at the Omni Atlanta Hotel.
Final Ranger Stop and Pop Atlanta. Oh my God. I know. Don't cry, because we're having a party. We're going out with a bang. And we're excited to bring some of your most favorite Power Ranger guests.
Best and final party of a lifetime.
Get your tickets now, because this is the final year. There won't be any other Ranger Stop and Pop Atlanta, so make sure you get your tickets, because party of the century.
So check out the website, rangerstopatlanta.com. You can purchase tickets. You can see our guest list, purchase your photo ops.
I will see you next year, June.
So yeah, like they said, this is the final year they're going to be doing Ranger Stop and Popcorn, guys. I watched Karen Ashley's Instagram live. She did explain why it's going to be their final year. I'm going to go to Rick. Rick, could you explain about why this is their final year? If you can put into detail as best as you can, or do you want me to go ahead and just say it?
Well, you go ahead, because I'm not sure. I
So
didn't watch
Karen, so Karen did mention that the reason why it's going to be their final year for for doing Ranger Stop and PopCon was because due to scheduling, you know, she's open. I mean, she always has she's always booked for another convention, another event. So it's really hard to keep up with holding a convention like this. So unfortunately, they had to make a decision to say, okay, well, fortunately, we can't manage this. As you guys know, Nakia, Karen, and Michael are co-owners on this convention. And unfortunately, they had to say this will be our final year. She did mention that if somebody buys it and ends up continuing it, then that's just, you know, something that could happen. But right now, guys, this will be the final year. Next year will be the final year for Ranger Stop and PopCon on June 13th to the 15th in 2025. But before we move on to other stuff, you know, to the guest announcements and, you know, the passes and everything, Ryan, how do you feel about this, man? This being the last Ranger Stop and PopCon. I know you've never been to this, but how do you feel about it, though?
I mean, that sucks, but I mean, they've had quite a run, it seems.
Oh, yeah.
So
6 years.
hopefully this last one's a good one. It'd be nice if someone picks it up.
Oh, yeah. Rick, what about you, man? How do you feel about this?
The thing is, they said it's the last Ranger Stop and PopCon Atlanta. And yes, they did mention, from what you said, the whole keeping up with tour schedule, you know, time schedules and all that.
Yeah.
However, that doesn't mean Ranger Stop and PopCon is gone. It just means the Atlanta version is gone. It doesn't mean that they can't turn their Orlando, Florida version into more of a Ranger Stop and PopCon in the future.
Well,
where they have a couple non-Power Ranger guests, but mostly still Power Rangers. We don't know.
Well, I think
it's still a thought.
The thing is, I know it's a thought, but here's the thing: this right here is the final one, as they said, and the reason why
but they kept mentioning Atlanta.
I know, Atlanta,
which is why I'm saying that they can turn around and start incorporating some of that into the Orlando.
Well, they said Atlanta because that's where Ranger Stop and PopCon
exactly.
Always
that's
been.
whave one's been held. But that doesn't mean you can't.
Due to the fact is that, you know,
some of it into the Orlando, Florida one.
They have done stuff like that in the past where they have had non-Power Ranger guests at Ranger Stop. That hasn't changed. So, but all in all, guys, I wouldn't miss out on this opportunity to attend this because this is going to be the last one for people that enjoy this. Because it is full not only of Power Rangers, it's full of anime guests and everything. But speaking of guests, we're going to go ahead and announce the first guest. Or not yet. Sorry. As usual, it's going to be at the Omni Hotel at the Centennial. Is that what it says? What's that word say, Rick? You can help me out here.
Omni Hotel, Atlanta Hotel at Centennial Park.
Okay, so it will, and it is the group rate is $166 per night. So, as they said, the passes are on sale on their website, and the hotel is up for booking right now. So, guys, if you want to get onto that, the website, the direct link to the website is in the description. You can click on there to get all the information you need. And now we're going to get to the guest, Erin Cahill. She will be there for the final Ranger Stop and PopCon, guys. And here's a look at some of the passes for Ranger Stop and PopCon. I mean, I don't know if these are going to be the ones they're going to be using. These are just samples. Right now, they are $50 off up till December, the end of December this year. So, guys, you'll save $50 off on platinum, titanium, and gold. I would not want to miss on this because those are pretty expensive. because you get a good perks with that. You get to go to the VIP dinner, interact with the meet and greet dinner, interact with the guests. Me and Rick have never been to Ranger Stop and PopCon. We went to Ranger Stop, but we never ever got to experience the VIP treatment because it's expensive. So, guys, don't miss out on getting that. And next, we have another guest, Walter Jones. Zach, the original OG Black Ranger, is going to be there. So definitely, guys, don't miss out on this opportunity. I've seen some really cool things for Ranger Stop and PopCon. I mean, Ryan, seriously, you've seen how many guests we've announced from Ranger Stop and PopCon last year.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot. And this being the final Ranger Stop and PopCon from Atlanta, it's more likely they're gonna go all out this year, next year, in 2025. Rick, wouldn't you agree?
It's
They're
possible.
gonna be going all out.
I mean, they said that they were.
All right. But I think Rick and I are probably going to try to do that because we've never been. And since this is going to be the last one, we might as well just go to this one to be it's going to be the last Ranger Stop and PopCon. So might as well try to go to that one in Atlanta. So it should be fun.
Go out with a bang.
Oh, yeah. Rick, can we pick up some fireworks on the way? I mean, Ryan said go out with a bang. I mean, hey, you can't have a banger without some fireworks. We could pass the phantom fireworks. But yeah, guys, definitely get your passes for this.
Officer, I do not know who he is. Never met him before.
Like I said, I was discussing about PMC. There was something announced from PMC for a certain experience, and that is called the JDF Experience, a traveling museum. Now, there's a QR code right there. If you guys want to scan that, it'll take you directly to that link. But I figured, why not have the announcement from the source themselves? So let's go ahead and give that individual a chance to explain it.
My husband, Jason David Frank, was the original Green Ranger in Power Rangers. So we have came up with this idea to do a traveling museum. We're naming it JDF Experience. This experience is for you guys. It's everything that you have never seen that you've wanted to in person. We're going to have his original suits that are signed on mannequins. You can take pictures, never seen photos, his karate outfits, a lot of cool stuff. We're super excited. Now this, the money will go toward Be a Legend. That's 100% for our nonprofit. So thank you for support in advance. But I guarantee you, I promise you, it's going to be an experience that you will forever remember. Also, September 10th, I will be speaking at the third year of Promise to Live campaign, which is an amazing campaign. It's a foundation that helps raise a lot of money for all these nonprofits. So I will definitely keep you informed. Stay tuned. So Legends, be sure to come say hi to me, and thank you again for your support. So remember, please follow us at bealegendfoundation.com.
Okay, so that link is in the description, guys. You click on there and help that out and help Tammy, Jenna, and everybody that's put that together. I think this is a good experience and a good cause. It's for mental health and everything. And I do like that, they're doing this traveling museum where they have a bunch of his props and everything from the show. I mean, could you imagine, Rick, could you imagine just taking a picture with said prop that he supposedly forgot he had. I mean, Ryan, what picture would you take at that museum experience? Whatever he had.
That's a good question. Maybe the green and white ranger suits. Maybe his gi, his karate gi.
I think he has the Dino Thunder spandex and the helmet that he had, and that's funny because they actually redesigned the helmet, had to re-edit it for Dimensions in Danger, and they had the damaged version when he was fighting the Robo
Himself.
Dino Thunder. Yeah, in that episode. So I don't know, Rick. What about you? What would you get a picture with?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I do not know.
Yeah, guys, but like I said, if you guys are interested in checking out this foundation, definitely go to the direct link in the description. It is a good thing they're doing. It's, like she said, it's nonprofit. You can donate to it. That's your choice. And whatever you donate will go towards, their foundation. Is it foundation? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So,
The Legend Foundation.
Yeah. And I love the name, Be a Legend. And they have an Instagram called JDF Be a Legend. So, this will, they're trying to help people out with mental health. As you know, guys, Jason, what we've heard and everything, Jason did suffer from mental health. Had a lot of problems with mental health, and he always would put a smile on when he saw his fans. I want to give a big shout out to Aaron and Bad and the Sun for doing these artworks for his birthday, because his birthday was last Wednesday. And here's one of the artworks that people were able to get if they subscribed to their website, which represents a lot of the projects Jason's done for Bat and the Sun, and he was also emissary in the Transformers miniseries trilogy, I think it was. But yeah, that's one of them. And the other one, which I thought was really cool, I made sure to sign up for because I want to support Jason A. Frank and his. Was this one? This is my wallpaper on my desktop. It was this right here. Right here. You guys see that?
Yeah.
I love that freaking Iron Man look to it.
Is that Drakkon on the far right?
No. So, guys, I do plan on trying to get an interview with Aaron Schoenke. If you guys have watched the one where he was being interviewed by Francis on YouTube, Jason A. Frank's personal assistant and close friend as well. As you guys know, Jason, he liked Lord Drakkon in the beginning, but after everything that happened, when he was trying to, Rick, can you explain that a little bit? I think you can explain it more better than I can.
So, supposedly, because of everything going on with, he apparently had a deal with Spawn, and then when Spawn sold to Hasbro didn't honor the deal, and it created some issues because there was, the trailer thing for Drakkon, and that was actually apparently done completely by JDF.
Yeah.
It was his footage, his filming it.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
So what I mean, basically, Rick is saying, he put the funding towards making that trailer for promoting Shattered Grid, and he wanted a series because I mean, Rick heard about this too. I think it was at Lexington when we were there one time. I can't. I don't think I was at his panel, but he was talking about that he wanted to do a actual series for Lord Drakkon for Shattered Grid. And due to the fact is, they made him promises, never came through. And I think this was way before Saban decided to sell to Hasbro. It was around the time,
Well,
I
Hasbro's
think,
the one that killed it.
pretty much, yeah. And then Boom was the one that also was involved in that because, they were moving to Boom, Hasbro as well, because they were getting licensed by Hasbro at the same time.
But it was Hasbro that ultimately decided to pull the plug, not Boom Studios or because at the end of the day, Hasbro being the owner now instead of Saban would have ultimately had to do the sign off.
Right, and being
based on the comic book characters because it's still
he
Power Ranger property.
he said, like he said, it's like I own the digital rights to this. You know what I mean? I own the digital file. I want it taken off. I want IGN, do a cease and desist. I want to take it off of, my YouTube. I don't want it anywhere because that thing is he had a falling out with also the writer of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Shadow Grid, and the guy of what was it called? Soul of the Dragon as well. So I'm not going to mention any names. You probably know about this, guys, but it's a shame because I mean I would have loved to have seen,
But
and that's
ultimately, I will tell you one thing: when it comes to something being put online, it is virtually impossible to get rid of.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's some people that have the trailer. A lot of people have mentioned to, in the comments, like, well, why isn't Lord Drakkon included in there? It's like, if you would listen, Aaron has said that Jason wasn't that lost interest in that character because of what it stood for and all the deceit and everything. He would never ever not sign something from a fan with Lord Drakkon on it. But he did state that, when they did the Kickstarter for the hardcovers, Rick, I think you know about this, right? The hardcovers of Kickstarter. When they did the hardback, like re-release and everything. And some of the actors were signing 8x10s or the comics and stuff. He said that he would not sign anything with Lord Drakkon on it for that because he didn't want to give Boom the satisfaction and everything. So he was not happy about it, and which is unfortunate. And I mean, the thing is, I loved the character Lord Drakkon. It put a different outlook on that character. I mean, Ryan, I don't know how much you knew about that character, but what do you think?
The most I've known from the character is from some YouTube creators and Battle for the Grid. Mm-hmm. To have a different approach to an evil Tommy, and if you're going, because I know it's comic books, the universe is different from the show. Mm-hmm. So, like, to have someone who's still able to beat the Power Rangers, because I guess I assuming he's inspiration from Evil with Green. If that was the episode saga when
Well,
they introduced Tommy,
Green with
right?
Evil, yeah.
Yes.
Evil with Green, or
However,
is that
Drakkon
Yeah.
is
okay?
so at the end of Green with Evil, when they free Tommy from the Rita spell, that is where Drakkon's story diverges off. Because in normal history, he joins the Rangers, becomes a member of the team, yada, yada, yada. In Drakkon's universe, after he's freed from Rita's spell, he returns to Rita and says, hey, I actually agree with what you're doing. So this is a Tommy that is freed from Rita's spell, but chose to go
But still
back.
chooses that side.
So yeah.
So yeah, Green with free.
It's not a bad character. I just
where it diverged.
Good.
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan. What were you gonna say?
Was a Sword of Darkness like part of this spell? Because I know after they destroy it, the spell gets broken, or was that just an extra weapon for him to use to take out the Rangers?
So Rita put him
as soon
under
as they
the
beat
spell,
him and they destroy the Sword of Darkness.
Yeah.
Rita put him under the spell.
Okay.
And then, like an episode or two later, gave him the Sword of Darkness. The Sword of Darkness had the ability to keep Tommy under the spell permanently. However, with the sword, with that, the spell was then, of course, linked to the sword, but not initially.
Okay.
However, because the sword was destroyed, the backlash from that much evil being destroyed freed Tommy.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like I was saying though, it is a shame. I mean, Rick, I don't know if you'll agree with this, but it is a shame that, after a while, Jason didn't really like the character because of that situation, and and it's the fact that Lord Drakkon became a big popular character because of Tommy. So,
yes. So my theory is,
all right, go ahead,
that Jason David Frank didn't actually hate Drakkon. He hated the situation, the real life situation that happened, and it was around Drakkon. So that's why his focus was, let's just split ourselves from that character. I don't want, since it's Boom Studios' character, watch the end of it. I don't want anything to do with it.
And like I said,
that he hated the character, he hated the situation around the character.
And I think Aaron has mentioned that, but like I said, guys, I'm trying to plan on getting an interview with Aaron Schoenke about all this and talk about Legend of the White Dragon. So guys, keep an eye out for that. I'm hoping to get in touch with them. It's a lot to do because, I know they're in the process of putting the ADR, the color editing, and then, it should be done. The filming's done now. That's what I know. And all the reshoots and all that stuff and the extra shoots and everything. So it's all done. They're working hard to get it released this year. So guys, I know how frustrating it is, but you know what? Once we get news from, once us Kickstarters from for Legend of the White Dragon get the news, you bet we will definitely announce it and show a new trailer for it because, guys, I do think this is going to be a great thing for Jason being the last film he ever made. And I got to tell you, I do want more freaking Legend of the White Dragon figures because those figures are awesome. And I would love to see one for Jason Vaughn. It would be awesome to have that. But like I said, guys, once that news comes out, when it's going to be released, we're definitely going to talk about it. So, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is the 3.0 / Fig Zero. Now, guys, as you know, Fig Zero, the 3.0 was at PMC this year. And they gave us a little bit of a look at some of their figures they've had from the past years they've done, and a little sneak peek at the new ones. Let's go ahead and take a look at that video. So there you have it, guys. All 5 Turbo Rangers from 3.0, the Fig Zero line. I've got to say, these look amazing. I can't wait. They're not available on the website just yet, but once they become available, we'll be discussing this again and showing off some of the individual photos and then the group photos for it at some point. But yeah, let me go to Ryan. Ryan, what do you think of the look of these figures?
Those look nice.
Yeah, awesome. Rick, what do you think, man?
They did a good job.
Yeah, and I just love. Oh my god, that came out of nowhere. I just think. I mean, I love how it's interesting, and these are like 12-inch, 6. How big are these? Suppose like 12-inch scale, at least. They're pretty big.
Yeah.
And the material is like a cloth material, kind of like with the spandex.
So they're more authentic looking.
Yeah. And I bet anything that those do combine into the Turbo Ram. I'd be surprised if they didn't.
That'd be awesome.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Because if you think about it, they've done the Power Blaster. They've done the Zeo Blaster. I'd be surprised if they didn't do it with this one, but I cannot wait to see what this is going to look like. There hasn't been any talks about the Phantom Ranger, the Blue Centurion just yet, but I would have to say they'll probably, if I have to guess, they probably will do those characters at some point, but right now we have the 5 main Rangers from Turbo. And I can bet you that a lot of the actors...
Something Hasbro couldn't give us.
Oh, gosh, yeah. And it's funny, this is licensed by Hasbro as well. And I think they said, well, you know what? When 3.0 went in there...
charge of the figures. Shit.
And it's funny because I think 3.0 said, you know what? You're giving us the licensing, but we're going to do what you're not doing. We're not going to do an anthology. We're going to release all 5 figures within that series. We're going to do them in order instead of, out of order. So obviously Hasbro was like, all right, we'll do us, you do you. More than likely. But
as long as we're making money off of it.
So like I said, guys, once these come available, we will be discussing it in a future episode. And we'll be putting the link in the description, a direct link in the description once they become available. So, but yeah, I mean, I wish I was at PMC to get a good look at these because this picture just does not do them justice. I'd have to see them up close. PMC would have been a great thing to do this year because we could have gotten a good look at some of the figures and everything. I mean, I bet Rick would have bought the Green Ranger from Mighty Morphin because I think they did have some of them there.
Oh,
you could buy. Oh man.
I probably still would not have bought it because of the cost.
Yeah, true. Depending on the money. But yeah. So with that said, we are into our next topic, guys. So as you guys know, Ranger Stop and PopCon 2025 is their final Ranger Stop and PopCon. But for those of you guys that love Ranger Stop, well, it's happening next November. We're going back to Orlando for Rangers for the 10th year 10 of Ranger Stop. Everything from guest tickets, exhibitors, and more announcements coming January 1st of 2025. So guys, the dates for Ranger Stop is November 14th through the 16th. So guys, once those go up for sale, we will definitely be discussing the guests and all that stuff. And if you know, it's also been combined with Ninja Turtles. So it's been known as Ranger Stop and Turtle Stop because they have a lot of guests from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles there too. So that's basically kind of like Ranger Stop and PopCon without actually calling it Ranger Stop and PopCon.
Hence my thought process.
Yeah, Ranger Stop and TurtleCon.
You were trying to say it was wrong.
I was saying that Ranger Stop and PopCon was the one that was done. I never said anything about Turtles on there because I don't think they really have had. I don't think Ranger Stop and PopCon has had Turtle cast members. I thought they had an anime. I'd have to go back and look, but either way, that's something that is still happening.
I was suggesting that they might make that more into a Ranger Stop Pop style convention.
Well, that's always
even if they don't call it that.
Yeah, but that's always been like that, honestly, if you think about it. But it's funny because I think but yeah, so guys, definitely keep an eye out for that. We'll be promoting, with that happening next year and Ranger Stop and PopCon happening. We'll definitely be announcing that during the upcoming year. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah. So now we're going to get into what everybody loves, Rick's Boom Time.
Almost everybody.
All right, just let me know when you're ready for the main cover and all that. You ready? Let's go.
Bring it. Oh, shoot. Ranger Academy number 12 that comes out on the 6th of November. Really? You're going to start with that one?
That's what we're... I told you we were going to start with that one.
Yes. How do you think I already had the release date in mind? You don't get jokes.
Oh, God.
So, of course.
Spoiler alert,
November
there's the full
6th,
team of Rangers.
We're getting the final issue of Ranger Academy. Yes, that's right. The final issue. For now. No one ever says they can't do Ranger Academy 2.
It's true.
I guess we might have to wait a quarter.
Yeah,
I don't.
Apparently the guy said that he wasn't going to do any more after this, but we'll see. Depending on the popularity, but go on.
As Dark Spectre takes possession of a key figure, the final battle for the fate of Ranger Academy commences. When Sage's father falls into peril, Sage can't help but put herself between him and annihilation. But she can't save him and all of Ranger Academy alone. Oh, yeah. So, as you see on the cover here, you got a full team of Ranger Academy Rangers.
Or, as they're known as, Junior Rangers, apparently.
Yeah. But then again, the Beast Morphers were known as Grid Battle Force Rangers. So
That's very true.
yeah,
Even though they were called Power Rangers Beast Morphers, but hey.
yeah. So, anyways, we got the main cover here showing who all 6 Rangers are.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
All right, so you ready for the next variant?
So the variants, the green variant there with the blank green, so that you can have your own cover designed by an artist. No, yeah.
And if Ryan buys this for himself, he could always just draw something on there randomly.
Yeah. You can draw Sage's face.
I don't think I would ruin the cover for that.
Wait, you put what on there? His face? Is that what he said?
I said you could put Sage's face on there.
There you go. All right.
Put Sage's face.
Or his. That's fine,
I don't
right?
think I'd want to
Put his
ruin
face
something.
on there.
All right, you ready for the next variant?
Sure.
All right.
The 1 in 10 variant. Oh, yeah. So we've had variants like this where it shows off different parts of Ranger Academy. This one appears to be kind of like a hot springs type room, or at least a swimming area, or a bathing hall.
Okay.
I'm going more with swim area.
Yeah.
And then you have the 1 in 25 variant, which shows Sage jumping in to battle, I guess, with her Ranger form next to her. She's getting ready to change.
Yeah. So,
It would be interesting to see this as an animated series.
that would be pretty cool, actually. I only read the free comic book day one.
For females as part of LR4. That way we can do a radio program for this. You know, like the old 1940s, 1950s Superman radio program.
Oh yeah, I go.
Oh, that would be so much
freaking
fun.
the Lone Ranger. Hi ho, Silver away.
On this cloudy day.
So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I have read Ranger Academy, the free comic book release, and I understand that. Well, Rick has told me that issue 1 is the free comic book day, just a little bit adds more to it than so.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
yeah. Oh, this has been a fun series. It's actually been a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
mhm.
I wasn't too big on the idea of it, but
Well, was it because of the art style you really didn't find too keen on it, or was it
it
just
was more the basicness of the suits,
okay?
and it just even the free comic book day, it's like, okay, this is going to be weird,
Yeah, I get what you're saying,
and it was weird, and
but
good.
in a good way.
I
Now,
would
before
happy to be wrong about it. So this series so far, up to what's been released, yeah, it has been a fun ride. It will be sad to see it end.
But as you guys know, it's not the end of Power Rangers, because let's go ahead and show that video for the next series coming out in June.
Yes.
And that is why this episode is called Time for Prime. I mean, dude, Rick, tell us about this, man.
So, Power Rangers Prime #1 comes out November 13th. So the week after we get the final issue of Ranger Academy. Power Rangers is back and better than ever. Prepare yourself for Prime, a bold new era featuring a brand new cast of characters, excitement, and attitude. In the vein of Marvel's Ultimates, get ready to experience a new team, a new mentor, and a threat to Earth unlike anything you've seen before. Angel Grove University students face a difficult choice when they cross paths with a fugitive straight out of Legend. The consequences for hiding her are dire, but her existence may not stay a secret for long, as you saw. Groundbreaking Power Ranger writer Melissa Flores ushers the iconic Rangers mythos into the next era of adventure. Joined by acclaimed artist Michael Yeague from Iron Fist to craft an unmissable experience perfect for new readers and longtime fans. So, based on logo, based on how, because they mentioned coming out of Darkest Hour, stuff like that. Although they said that the Power Ranger universe that they wrote for 8 years has come to an end, they're also saying this is basically like Marvel's Ultimates, or the Ultimate, referring to like Marvel's Ultimate Universe style. Trying not to spoil things here for the end of Darkest Hour, but it's possible that eventually down the road they could tie it in. Likely, maybe not. But, never rule anything out.
Right.
However, as we noticed from the preview, one of the main Rangers that's going to be a focus, whether she's going to still be suiting up later in the series or she's going to take on the mentor role, who knows, is Lauren Shiva, Samurai Red Ranger. Yeah. And then based on those images that we saw, it looks like one of the main opposing factions in this series is going to be Eltar. And it looks like they've conquered Earth. Now, does this mean Zordon is a villain in this season? Does it mean that Lord Zed is still blue? If you don't get what I'm referencing, go back and read
the comic.
Yes. We're still working together.
Now, Rick, this is the main cover right here.
Yes.
And
This beautiful rendition of Mighty Morphin Red, which appears to be a power-up. Whether this will be the actual costume in this series or not, we don't know.
I mean, it could probably be
Also, looks like this might be a female.
possibly, and also by looking at it, it might be a new character because they said new characters. So I think
Yes.
I love the design of the look of this Red Ranger.
I mean, for all we know, this could be Lauren Sheba, where her fin sword is the actual arm weapon there, because the power disc and the power coin merged together.
Huh.
We don't know.
Well, there is a new look to Lauren's design. You'll see in this, but I don't think it's this, but you'll see. But yeah. So this is the main cover. You said, Rick, right?
Yes.
And you ready for the next variant?
Oh yeah.
So you got that one right there. Yep. Look at that one. That is
this one here is the 1 in 50 variant. Yeah. So it's basically the main cover, but without the title and everything on it. So the version.
Love it. I love it.
Yes.
It's amazing.
However, zooming in down below, right below the arm.
Yeah, it says that's the actual guy's.
Yeah, I saw
this guy
that.
has.
Maybe it was a hint at a PowerPoint.
Okay, so that guy was the one. He's done a lot of work with Boom on the designs.
That is the artist.
Yep. So you ready for the next variant?
Yes. This is the cover K, which is a dark variant of the main cover.
Again, love this cover. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And then now, before we move on to this is what I was talking about for Lauren's new look.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So this is the 1 in 75 variant. Yeah. So it looks like the Samurai Super Mode.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
However, it has like a
fringe,
bear skin on it.
Something like that, yeah. It looks interesting.
And it looks like she has like shoulder things for this.
Yeah. All right,
So
we're gonna go to the next.
That'll be interesting to see.
So here's this one.
This here is the cover B. And I don't know if you have it, but the one without the title of this image is the 1 in 25 cover.
Oh, you mean this one?
Yep.
I made sure to go to that because there were so many variants, and I figured, what? Like I said, guys, you got pretty much a look at the preview of the comic, but I didn't want to put it in this because there's so many variants to go over with this issue.
Did you get the 1 in 10 variant on here?
Yes. Which one? That one. Okay.
Yes.
What's that say on there? Read that. Be good.
Uniformity for a better future, brought to you by the Altarian Empire. And that almost looks like it might be Zordon.
Yeah. So this is going to be an interesting story. So next up, we got this one.
This is the foil cover.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. So I'll most likely have this one.
All right, I think this is the last variant, but don't quote me on that.
I believe so.
I mean, there were other variants they didn't post yet.
There are two other variants that have yet to be shown. However, you have this last variant here, which is the 1 in 100 variant.
Yeah, and that I think that's kind of like the same design, but part of the kanji does not go down. The symbol does not go down on the helmet. It's a new
Yeah.
look to it. And
So
you see that her hands are exposed too.
yes, hands are exposed. She has a standard sword, not a
Spin
spin
sword.
sword. So, and it looks like
Spin
the
sword.
wrists are wrapped, and it looks like the
Landon.
the strap on her arms too. Looks like she has string coming off the belt. So it almost looks like maybe this was designed by her and not actually a morph.
It's true.
And she just used material she had around.
Maybe. But yeah, so I mean,
It kind of gives the that Rogue Red Ranger look that
Yeah.
Jason had, almost.
now, like I said in the past, guys, Boom can design original Rangers designs and come up with original stories. Hasbro, why don't you take this initiative for Power Rangers when it comes to, doing a reboot and coming up with your own stories? You got the material. You could use it. So, I mean, Rick, now when do both issues come out? Issues 12 for Ranger Academy and Power Rangers Prime.
November 6th for Ranger Academy 12. November 13th for Power Rangers Prime, number 1. Definitely make sure to let your comic book shops know you're interested in these issues so that when they come in, they can get it set aside for you so you get your copy. Let them know whatever you want. Now, I will say, unless it's a really big comic book shop and they order a lot, you're most likely not going to be able to get the 1 in 100 or the 1 in 75 or the 1 in 50 copies unless there's a lot of orders placed. Those will also cost a pretty penny. I know my local comic book shop and another shop in the area, if it's the 1 in 10, they usually charge 10. If it's the 1 in 15, they'll charge 15. So, depending on your comic book shop, the 1 in 100 could be $100. If you can get your hands on it, it is a beautiful cover, as you can tell.
I gotta say though, but
variant covers that are the 1 in 50, 1 in 75, 1 in 100 that will retain and possibly even gain value over time because they're harder to get. Now, if you're just a casual reader, get one of the regular covers that you enjoy best. Me, like I said, I'll be getting the foil version. It's like $1.
now,
I'm happy with it.
Now, just so you guys know that with this topic of the article for Power Rangers Prime, if you want to read about it, because Rick did explain it, the article, but if you want to go back and read it, there's a direct link in the description as usual. So guys, you can click on that for this issue. And I look forward to seeing what the future holds for this series. I mean, this is amazing. Boom. I mean, a lot of people were speculating that Power Rangers was going to be ending after, Darkest Hour. But however, Rick.
Boom did announce that although they were ending that storyline, they were not done. That they still had an agreement with Hasbro to do more. And then immediately announced Power Rangers Infinity.
Prime. Power Rangers Infinity, yeah.
Wacky story. Yeah, that was.
And we got our friend James on here. What's up, James? How you doing?
But,
So, yeah, I mean, that's great news. I mean, because the thing is, it's like, listen, with us not having anything for Power Rangers, television-wise, show-wise, it's good that they're still doing stuff with comics and games and toys. It's still good that we're still having that, which we'll be discussing in a later episode, like I said, about the future of the toys for Hasbro. Because, we did get someone from San Diego Comic-Con about that, so just keep a lookout for that episode. But, yeah. So as you guys remember, last month, the 28th of August was National Power Ranger Day. Well, that's good to know, James. We're not eating a Big Mac. We're just unless Ryan, are you eating a Big Mac?
Nope.
I mean, I had ice cream at the beginning of the show.
Oh, you're eating popcorn? Yeah. I'm having myself a Coke Zero Sugar.
Yeah.
I had ice cream at the beginning of the show, and I have water now.
Yeah, I know that.
What kind of ice cream?
He said, "What kind of ice cream?"
Chocolate. Yeah. Well, happy birthday, James.
Happy late birthday, man.
Yeah.
Being born on Power Ranger Day.
Hey, not many people.
Well, actually,
that.
He was born before Power Rangers came out, I think. I don't know. Can't remember. But either way, not that I would know. I wasn't there.
So that's his birthday gift is...
Yeah.
A show. So, guys, like I said, we discussed this in our previous episode of LR4. And we were wondering if Hasbro was going to stop with Super 7. Well, that's not the case, because on National Power Rangers Day, Hasbro Pulse and Super 7 have released these beauties right here. The Deluxe Wave 1 of Mighty Morphin Power Ranger metallic figures. Now, you can only get these on HasbroPulse.com. And they have all 7 Rangers from red to black to blue to pink to yellow and to green and white. They're all metallic. They're going with the triangle, like the old classic retro triangle box that we got back in the day when they released the figures. So, yeah, those are available on Hasbro Pulse right now. It's available for pre-order. Let me go to the website real quick to look at it. Oh, that is not what I was clicking on. That was a wrong link. Getting way ahead of myself here. So it is. These are available for pre-order. It will say Power Rangers San Diego Comic-Con 2024, but these were just showing up because they showed off a look of what the figures are. They're $35 each, and they're up for pre-order right now. And they're expected to be shipped around November 1st of this year. So, guys, if you are interested in pre-ordering these, I would definitely suggest doing that. Go to the link in the direct link in the description. Don't miss out on your opportunity to own these. I mean, they look pretty cool. Rick, what do you think of them?
I wish I had the money.
Ryan, what about you, man?
Really nice to have.
I agree with Rick.
And what I like about
almost $300 for all 7 of them.
Maybe
$35
at $35 a piece. Then you also have shipping. So
unless if you have the
impact, so you're looking probably about $300 by the time you're done.
Unless if you have the $50 premium membership, and depending on that, it will go towards that. But who knows? But they have the skirt for the Pink Ranger, which I think is kind of interesting. So that's pretty cool. I like that. So.
Well, I mean, Pink Ranger did have a skirt, so.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, when they originally released it, they did not give her the skirt. She was just.
Oh yeah, the original
Yeah.
figures from the
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah. We got the big 12-inch tall figures with the
Well,
emblem,
that's
and they
because
have the
they
emblems.
have the ability to do it.
Yeah, and I think it's hilarious that they have the emblems on there. And if you take the shield off of the dragon of the Green Ranger, it has the freaking Titanus-looking Godzilla coin. That's why I said keep
It's
on.
probably a callback to the original figure.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, but like I said, guys, Hasbro and Super 7 are not done with Power Rangers. Because we knew this was coming because they already announced it like back in August of some time. And like I said, we were going to bring it up. We're bringing it back. We were bringing up this information and the link. I was not expecting this certain item to be released, and that is this: the Lord Drakkon Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Ultimate figure. And when I saw that, I was like, "What? That is freaking awesome!"
Yeah, it opens the door.
Yep. And here you go, right here. Look at this.
Mhm.
It comes with two different portrait head sculpts, and the Red Ranger damaged helmet, his morpher, and then you got the dragon dagger, and then you've got the Saba sword without the head.
Yep.
And
Now, the one thing I do find interesting is the fact that they gave him both holsters.
yeah, so that's interesting how they did that. But I gotta say, I think this is freaking awesome. So I have direct links in the description for this. The Big Bad Toys, you could get it for $54.99 on Big Bad Toys, or you can go to Entertainment Earth, $55. But anyway, you can read through this every link from Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Super 7, and Toe Collectibles. All the links are in the description below underneath Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Ultimates Lord Drakkon. So guys, if you want to get these, I would definitely make sure to not miss out on this opportunity. Let me go to Ryan. Ryan, what do you think of them continuing with Power Rangers with Super 7?
That's cool. I mean, like you said, like just because everyone says that it's dead because Hasbro's not coming out with anything doesn't mean that it's dead. You've got other companies that are making product, fan service, everything, so it's not the only time. It's only dead if you think it's dead, if you're not going to
Exactly
put your faith in it.
And
I think that's a cool idea that they're, taking a comic book character and making a figure out of it, like going as hard as this. So,
yeah.
I mean, it like Rick was saying, that it opens the door for endless possibilities of stuff.
Oh yeah, and
Ranger swap colors,
and also Ranger Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ranger Centuries.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, so many opportunities, guys. Even though they've already done most of Mighty Morphin, there are still opportunities to continue Mighty Morphin with all these ideas from the comics.
The ninja forms.
Exactly. And I got to tell you, I mean, I only own certain stuff from Super 7, like the reaction figures, the variants from PMC, and I'm rolling my eyes. It's like, gotta love variants, So, and then, I mean, these are really
Yellow Ranger and the Black Dragon armor.
That would be awesome.
Yes,
I
would have to do that.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, and
that would have to be like displayed back here.
Deluxe. Yes.
I got to tell you, though, it's amazing of everything that Super 7 does. And I'm glad they're continuing it. So we'll see what the future holds for Power Rangers. Because, this goes to show that they've got other stuff that they can still do. Even though.
And there's other mediums for it just to keep it going.
Oh, yeah.
If you've got the faith and passion for it, it'll still be alive.
Yeah, and guys, now that's a good point right there, Ryan. If you guys want them to continue with this, because when they did I think it was Wave 3 of the Ultimate figures for the White Ranger, Tiger Zord in Warrior Mode, and Madame Woe, the Ultimate figures, unfortunately, they only did the White Ranger for that because the other ones did not sell.
Yeah.
They did not get enough money for it to
I
be
thought
produced.
Tiger Zord got released, but Madame Woe and another figure got canceled.
Well, no, it was Madame Woe and the Tiger Zord. The Tiger Zord was released as the Warrior Mode in the reaction figures. I think that was released in the reaction figures. I believe. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But
yes.
Unfortunately, guys, if you do not pre-order these items and if they do not get enough for it, then there won't be an opportunity for them to produce these figures. So, guys, if you want them to get these figures out and released, you gotta buy them. You gotta spend the money. It helps them out and shows the interest in these figures. I mean, guys,
it surprised me Madame Woe didn't get done because there was no other version of Madame Woe out there.
Right. We never even got a Lightning Collection Madame Woe, which would have been awesome.
Did we even get a Madame Woe figure back in the 90s?
I don't believe so. I think they had a lot of ideas for figures to be released, the 12-inch ones. They had one for Rita, and then they had one for Scorpina at one point, or in our monster form.
Yeah.
But a lot of them just were shelved because I guess they just couldn't get them funding for it, and they just couldn't get any interest in them.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, guys, when it comes to toys like this, you got to show the interest in this. You can't expect them to go, oh, we'll release it. I'll be surprised if this doesn't show interest in the fans.
They just don't have
Hasbro
money.
Like the actual Rangers sell.
Yeah. And I know a lot. I know, I do think
Drakkon might be based on, everything with Jason David Frank. There may be a lot of people who don't buy it because of his comments and stuff. And there's still be a lot of people that will be interested because they enjoyed the character from the comics.
Yeah.
So
the thing is, I enjoyed the character.
Yes.
It's nothing, I'm not saying that JDF had a reason not to like the character. I'm not saying that at all. I just think that this is awesome that they're doing this. So yeah, Ryan, if you had the money, would you buy this?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Rick, what about you, man?
I was collecting them. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because I can tell you this is going to be I'll be surprised if this doesn't, if they run out of stock on this. Because there's always a chance that, I'm sure they'll be making a lot of them if people show the interest for it. So, like I said, guys, go to the links in the description below, pre-order it. So that way you guys do not miss your chance on getting this figure. And I do think Super 7 does put together great looking figures. And I do like how they give more accessories and more head sculpts than nothing again. I do like the head sculpts from the Lightning Collection, but they at least include more stuff than what the Lightning Collection includes.
Well, they don't have to do variations of here's two different Red Rangers, but one's got Tommy's or Rocky's head, one's got Jason's head. You have one giant figure that's got both head sculpts.
Yeah, you could. The Lightning Collection could have taken notes from Super 7. I'll just tell you that right now. They could have, especially for Goldar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Goldar could have. I'm laughing at this because they released Goldar as a, what was it? Was it a GameStop exclusive with the wings? And then later they released him in one of the waves without the wings, with the nubs on his, the folded wings.
Yeah.
And it's like, why didn't you
Well,
guys just think about
The
having him
later
Go ahead.
Goldar actually had a more detailed sword,
Okay.
and it was
I just-
slightly longer.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, they should have done gold art. It's just my opinion.
With both.
Take it as is. They could have done a deluxe version of Goldar.
Mhm.
A deluxe version of that figure, because that would have been awesome. You
Yeah,
get the
but when
wings.
they first released Goldar, they didn't know that they were going to do deluxe wave,
Mhm.
and therefore they just reused the actual Goldar figure design. Said, well, since we made wings exclusive, let's not do wings. Let's do the nubs. We'll redo the sword a little bit, and there you go.
I mean, I just think that there were certain options.
Because
No,
now you
no,
have
no.
season 1 Goldar and you have season 2 Goldar.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So, but guys, with that said, we got one more topic. Guys, as I said, PMC was last month, and people have been wondering what's going on with the future of PMC. Well, we can tell you right now. First off, they are bringing back a certain PMC, PMC Express, which will be happening next year in 2025, which I understand that with you guys that like the tokusatsu thing, Japan World Heroes, Scott did post on there that he said they're not going to be doing that this time around for next year. But since they're doing Rangers Power Morphicon Express, they are going to be doing. They don't have a location yet. The one they did that helped. Jason Dave Frank helped promote was in Texas. They did in 2019, I believe. It was in 2019 they did that, right? Because in 2018 is when they announced it.
I think so.
So he will be doing another Power Morphicon Express. They don't have a location yet. We will be discussing Power Rangers Power Morphicon Express as it comes to be announced. But also everybody was wondering. There are certain people that I know that were worried that Power Morphicon would be done this year because of the announcement from Ranger Stop and Popcon being their last year for next year. A lot of people, I know a friend of mine was worried about that, and I know there are certain people that were worried, like, oh, this could be the last PMC because they made that announcement. But that is not the case because they are coming back in 2026, guys. They're heading back to the Pasadena Convention Center in 2026. And I bet you anything it's going to be in August because it's always in August. Hopefully the passes don't go on sale for pre-sale early, like the early birds. If I do the payment plan, then yeah, if I have a job by then. But yeah, we'll keep you guys updated on that. Me and Rick, we had to miss out on PMC this year because of financials. And my other reason too, as you know, my dad passed away and, we had a thing during that weekend. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad they're still continuing Power Morphicon. Ryan, what do you think, man?
That's good that they're still continuing it.
Yeah, and then you've got. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, it's like, say it till you're blue in the face. Like, there's still enough fans and people are passionate enough about the series that they can keep doing stuff. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, Rick. What about you, man? What do you think? With Power Morphicon Express happening in 2025, and they got Power Morphicon happening in 2026.
Told you it was going to happen.
Oh, Power Morphicon Express?
No.
Oh, Power Morphicon?
Yep. Power Morphicon Express. Now that's a little caught off guard.
Yeah. I thought
them to bring that back.
Yeah,
But
because that
I
was
mean,
back in
at the same
2019.
time, I think the only reason it didn't continue after the first one was because, well, what happened in the world?
Yeah, because and that's more than likely why. But guys, Power Morphicon has always and will be a fan convention, just like Ranger Stop and PopCon, just like Ranger Stop. A lot of these cons are fan cons, for fans. Power Morphicon has always been a big Power Ranger convention for the fans. Because if it wasn't for us, we are the ones that put up the money to help fund this convention. We help continue make this happen. We continue on. And with the help of Scott still doing it and his team, I am so glad to say that Power Morphicon is a great experience. Even though we don't have anything for Power Rangers right now, show wise, at least we have something to look forward to. I'm hoping next year in 2025 we get some more news regarding Power Rangers and their plans for the show. But it's just great to know that Power Morphicon is still there. And for those of you guys that have got non-attendees like me and Rick, we switched non-attendees. I hope we get those emails. Yeah.
So, little news about Power Rangers 2025. So, Hasbro has apparently decided that they are going to adopt another Super Sentai series. Zyuohger.
That's a dream. That's a dream people wanted.
I would love Lupin versus Power Ranger, but they chose Zyuohger. They were considering Boom Boonger, but they figured animals over cars. Yeah.
Brian, what do you say to this supposed announcement?
I believe it when I see it.
Exactly. And I got to tell you, though, with everything that's going on with Power Rangers right now, just be happy we still have the game, we still have comics, we still have toys to be coming out. And I know a lot of people want Super Sentai to still be that formula for Power Rangers.
So, I'll tell you right now, I lied.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, it's Jetman that they're adopting.
Oh, for the love of God, no. There's so much to do for Power Rangers. They could continue with Super Sentai, but
that would be good.
But yeah, once we get more information on PMC Express and PMC 2026, we'll definitely be talking about that as usual. So guys, that's it. We covered everything for this episode. We will not have an episode next Sunday. We will have one probably the following Sunday, I believe. Not this coming Sunday. Let me look at my schedule. We'll probably have one on the 22nd of September. That's an idea. Depending on, don't know if there's going to be a topic for Rick for his boom time yet, because they haven't, because, December. So we'll probably have the next episode on the 22nd of September. But I haven't posted the event yet, so we'll keep an eye out for that. If you send me your schedule of when you're going over to your stepmom's for the games, right? Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah, you're good all the way up until October. Certain times. So
yeah.
But anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. Ryan, what would you like to say before we sign off?
Take care of yourself out there. Especially, everything that's happened, with JDF, like, what he went through and stuff. Everyone's got their own problems that they need to have trouble working through. Yeah. That's it. That's all I got.
Rick?
Support your local comic book shops. Support the local small businesses. Support the paper copy. Definitely support paper copy.
I recognize that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be talking about what I think those are. We'll be talking about that. So yeah, guys, go ahead and mute your mics. Go ahead and do that outro. So guys, thank you for tuning in into this episode this Sunday. Like I said, we'll probably have an episode on the 22nd of this month. Just keep an eye out for that. That will be episode 214. And like Ryan said, it is important to, be kind to each other. And, if you ever have any problems, make sure you talk to family, friends, anybody that can help you out because, this month is Suicide Prevention Month. And, it is kind of a touchy subject. So if you ever have any problems, if you ever have any time that you're down, just know that your family's there to talk to you and help you out, to be there for you. So just remember that. If you guys want to go back and rewatch this episode, if you haven't watched it live, and follow along on our discussions, go right ahead. We are going to be I am working on doing interviews for Facebook Live because that's kind of going to be like a reboot of our Facebook Live of our LR4 interviews, and it will be through our Facebook page. So keep an eye out once we get. I have somebody lined up for an interview in October, and we'll be discussing that. So keep an eye on that on our Facebook page. So about our Facebook page again, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and follow us on Instagram. And always, guys, and as always, stay safe, stay healthy, stay more phenomenal. And as Zordon always says, may the power protect you. And remember, once a Ranger, always a Ranger. And it's Morphin time. Legends never die. See you next time, guys. All right, later, guys.
Toodles.
Have fun.
And now it's time for the third lap. We'll see it later this month. But yeah, have a good one. I need that jacket. It looks pretty awesome.